It's the Playhouse Podcast with Kat and JJ.
Can't believe it. I missed everything.
Missed the show?
What am I going to do?
Check out the Daily Podcast.
On Thursday's show, our listener bingo segment was looking for anyone listening who almost bled out. Listener Derek flipped a garbage truck and almost died. If you didn't hear this, you're gonna in a couple of seconds. Here comes the podcast. Hi, Jen. How are you?
Good morning. Doing okay today.
Okay, and usually I'd go, what's wrong? But you had kind of told me you're going through some medical issues right now, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what's your question for Kim?
So I have an autoimmune disease, which I've had for years. But in the last few months, I've had something else in my neck that is creating such cognitive and emotional dysfunction. All they do is cry, and I'm in bed, and no one has answers for me.
Ooh, that's not good. Okay, hang on one sec. Yeah. This has got layers to it. But right away here, you got to look at some viral. There's something viral going on in your system, and not viral like a cold, a flu. There are like viruses that sit in the body, like Epstein-Barr, something like that. But they're like, that's not all that's there. There's even more to that I feel like I'm kind of what I want to call stressed out. Like there's emotional stress going on. Then I get like, ow, like a nerve just hit me. Like, ow. Whew, oh, that doesn't feel good.
Yes.
No. So again, I get pulled back to the virus. Then I see like emotional stress that's being targeted in there. Okay. Well, you need to look for somebody who does kinesiology. Ooh, I get like a muscle testing, like somebody's doing muscle testing on me. And I feel like there's a food, also like a food allergen that's actually like causing some of this nerve pain that's going on. It's really weird how it all works. But look for somebody who does kinesiology work. You can always message me. I have a few people that do kinesiology that I actually know. So if you're struggling to find somebody, just message me on the side and I can get you connected. But that's kind of where they're going, kinesiology work.
Okay.
All right,
well,
Jen.
That is very helpful.
Good luck to you. I can't imagine how frustrating that is. So try it and let us know.
It is so frustrating.
Oh, I'm sure.
Wonderful. You have a great day.
You too. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, that has to be the worst, just to not know what's going on and just kind of be suffering all the time. What is the feeling you get right there, Kim? I mean, obviously, if people are listening to this the first time, they're like, what's going on with it?
We have to explain all the noises. Like, if you are, like, face-to-face with her, she is, like, she makes funny faces, but that's how she's channeling all the correct information to give you. So the yawning and all that, it's just like your body's reaction to the reading, right?
Yep, I get to feel a lot. I feel a fraction of what they feel, but it gives me the clues and the hints as to what's really going on.
Yeah.
And then once they hang up and you're kind of done with the reading, does that go away right away?
Yeah.
Oh, crazy. Hi, Jamie. How you doing today?
Hi, I'm doing okay.
Same thing. Okay. Obviously, you're a little stressed about your job, right? What's going on?
A little bit, yeah. Just wondering what if I should be looking for something else, if I'm going to be losing it, or if I'll be keeping my job in the near future. A lot of anxiety about it. So, yeah.
You're creating a little bit of the push to get you out of there. So now, this sounds weird, but sometimes we do dumb things, not realizing they're dumb at the moment, but it gets us fired or it gets us in trouble. That's a sign that you need to leave. That's a sign that your soul is saying, let's go. If you're not going to listen to us, then we're going to pull the rug out from underneath you, and we're going to make you do something dumb that actually gets you in trouble to make you leave. And I hear you're going to start doing some of these little things that are just odd, that somebody's like, why'd you do that? And you're like, I don't know. That's not normally what I would do. And so the longer you stay, the more little weird things are going to start happening. So I hear start looking already. Just start looking. You don't have to walk into work and say, I'm done today. No, just start looking around. I hear you're going to find something. You're going to be so much more happier. It's going to be challenging, and I'm getting pulled more towards the end of the year. So it's not happening today, tomorrow, or anything like that. It's a process.
Well, the good thing about the end of the year is that you got some time to kind of get your ducks in a row here.
Yep. Yeah. Okay.
All right, go get it, Jamie.
Okay.
Have a great morning.
Good luck.
All right. Thank you.
You're very, very welcome. We appreciate it. Hi, Deanna. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm sorry to hear about this. You lost your dad 6 years ago?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. Well, what would you like to talk to Kim about then?
I just want to know if he has a message for us and he's doing okay. I wasn't there when he passed, and I'm really sad about that still.
Okay. What does he have anything to do with construction, or is somebody doing some sort of construction right now? I keep getting pulled to, like, there's a building going up or there's some construction work going on. That's what I'm getting pulled towards right away. The messages come through. Something about being built, construction. And then I feel like, even now I say construction vehicle. Wow. Was he in construction, or was somebody in your family in construction, or is there construction going on? Like, I'm watching construction being done.
No.
Okay.
The only thing I can think of is my mom is moving right now.
No, not that. I heard, nope, not that. I'm hearing, no, construction. And I want to take a bulldozer and I want to, move things all around. Okay. Just keep this in mind. And then, what else am I honestly getting? Getting a lot of phlegm in the back of my throat. No, he's going back to construction. Like, something is being constructed behind the scenes. Something is being constructed behind the scenes. He's not very clear with me. Keeps going back to the same construction. Like, I'm building something, I'm bulldozing something, big construction material. He's like, oh, that's where I get. You need to look. He's like, at the construction site. So when you're driving by, he shows me now I'm driving by, and I'm looking over at something. There's a construction site going on. And he's like, look at that. And then I feel like there's some sort of, like, a wind of some smoke, something I'm breathing in. I'm breathing in some dust. Ugh. He's like, the chemicals. He's pointing at you. See a finger pointing at you, saying you need to pay attention to the chemicals that are around you. There's something that's being stirred up. There's a construction. Something's being remodeled. Something like that. And he's pointed at you, and you need to be careful for the chemicals. And I hear, that's my message. You need to be paying attention to the chemicals around you, what you're breathing in. I feel like there's some sort of dust, there's mold, there's something in the air, that there's something being constructed, and you're breathing this stuff in, and I hear you're going to get sick.
Hi, Chris. How you doing?
Good.
Thanks for joining the show. We're great. Thank you for asking. Let's talk about the situation you've got going on. You had mentioned off the air that there's a case, and you're kind of hoping to see if it's going to be resolved, and you're looking for justice, right?
Yes.
Kim, what do you see in her situation here? Anything pop up?
I hear drawn out. That's funny how they're saying it. It does not go in the way that you want, but there is justice. And understand, I hear karma comes around. So even if it doesn't happen within the court system, understand karma and that person's life path, their soul journey will take care of the issue for them. So understand it may not go exactly the way you want, but karma will come around.
When you say drawn out, do you see any kind of time frame here?
I'm actually seeing 2026.
Oh.
Like, by the time everything is, say, said and done, and, like, stay calm with it.
So patience is the virtue here, Chris.
Yes.
All right. Hang in there. We appreciate you calling. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Take
You
care.
too.
Didn't want to try to expedite that too much, but I want to get at least one more person on. Hi, Felicia. How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Great. Thank you. What do you want to ask Psychic Kim?
So over the last couple of weekends, we went and visited my husband's family, and there's a lot of family. But I had gotten some new information from multiple family members, kind of airing out some drama, and I feel like some things might be kicked back up, and some of it has to do with a relative who has passed away now, and it seems to have deeply maybe have hurt a lot of people. So I just kind of want to see if this is going to be a thing we need to address, or if it's okay, or...
What are you seeing here, Kim?
What I heard right away, let it be. It's in the past. Let it be. It's in the past. How are you actually going? Is it going to actually really change anything, or are people just? I hear butt hurt because I can't say any other word around here.
Oh, look at you!
Sorry,
you're so
I have a mortgage.
You're so held bound.
Okay, so no, this, and that was my spirit guide saying that. That was not me. Wow. Yeah. So no, they're saying they're like, people are going to live in the past. Stop living in the past. Move forward. It's not as big as everybody wants to make of it. And I keep hearing, just let it go. Let it go. Who cares? Let it go. That's kind of what I keep hearing. So if you get caught up in the drama, I feel like you're supposed to just brush it off and walk away. Do not let yourself get caught up in the drama and the mess of it. But people are going to make a mess. So don't get involved.
Okay.
Watch your bobber, Felicia.
Yep.
Okay.
Listen to that sigh. She's
I
like,
know.
that's the last thing I wanted to do was watch my bobber.
Yeah, she heard what you said, Kim. I don't know if she's going to take your advice. I'd love to know the gossip, Felicia.
Yeah, you can text us after you get off the air, okay?
You know I love my juice.
Sounds good.
All right, Felicia.
Bye, Felicia.
Tell me something good.
You want to tell something good, Kat?
Yeah, grab that good news story because I thought that this was very impressive for a sixth grader to set up. But his name is Bryson Shad, and he's from South Carolina. He launched this community initiative after a local teen was killed by a drunk driver, and the project aims to raise funds for Uber gift cards so it doesn't happen again.
I will then be handing them out to establishments that sell alcohol, and I will be handing them to the bartenders. So if the bartenders think someone is too impaired to drive, they can order them an Uber so they won't harm themselves or someone else.
This kid is amazing.
Isn't that incredible?
What good thought.
I
Can
know.
you...
Tell me something good.
All you got to do is holler at us and just spew a little good news to us. Can you do that? Christy, what do you got for us?
So I have been driving a beater for the longest time. I haven't been able to afford another car, but I just won a brand new car from a dealership at a sweepstakes.
No
and
way.
I'm just ready to drive
So-
forever.
It was one of those boxes that all of us walk by and we're like, there's no way in HE double hockey sticks that I'm winning this thing. And you did it. You put your info in and you won it.
I did, and I won. I couldn't believe it. I didn't even think those were real. But here I am with the brand new keys to these cars. I'm just so excited.
Let's go.
Tell me something good.
That's a great one. Chase, good morning. Can you tell us something good?
I'm on my way to Green Bay to spend the next 3 days watching the NFL draft.
Let's
live.
go. Now,
That sounds exciting. Is that where one of our coworkers is? Isn't that where Steph's going?
oh, I don't
Right?
know.
On a road trip to this actual thing.
To the draft? I
Yeah.
think that would be so fun. Have you ever been to one before, or is this your first?
My first one,
Wouldn't it be better if it was here in Minnesota, though?
supposedly it's going to be here next year.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard that yet. But all right, so you're road tripping to Green Bay right now, huh?
Yep,
All right.
just past St. Cloud.
Well, be safe, and man, I hope you have a great time. Thanks for sharing with us. Friday morning, a chance at $1,000 with a secret sound, 50 grand with our birthday game. Johnny D's going to be here with all sorts of old school jams with the weekend rollout, and you win free tacos as well. It's really going to be a party here Friday morning in the Playhouse. You should join us live from 6 till 10. Right now, let's wrap up the podcast. Yesterday, we talked to Alex, got a little bit of a concert ticket drama thing going on where he and his wife bought all these concert tickets for them and their friends, and they all wanted to be like in the same row, so he bought them all. Everybody else immediately Venmos him.
Yeah.
Except for this one couple. And so when we talked to him yesterday, the way we left it was, why don't you give it one more shot tonight, see if you can get this money. If not, it seemed like he was willing to turn us loose on him. And I'm like, let's go.
my
So
God.
Here's where the rubber meets the road. Did you get the money or what? You sent the text at least, right?
No, we sent the text last night saying, hey, concert is coming up very soon.
Yeah.
Can we get payment? And they just give us a thumbs up.
So
And
they
that's
did
it.
respond. So they got your text.
They responded, but they did not send us any money through Venmo.
What is the deal?
Damn.
What is the
I don't know,
deal?
but I think it's time to call them out.
And you sure about this?
I'm positive. I'm getting tired of the passive aggressiveness and just constantly harping on them.
Yeah.
And them giving us nothing because we paid for we're fine with paying for the tickets, but the agreement was that they would pay us back.
Sure.
And the fact that they haven't, I think it's time to call now.
Let's go. So do we have time in the show today? Can we do this?
Yeah, but you got to do more of the talking. You're better.
I'm
at that
fine.
than me.
I love confrontations.
All right, let's call her. Let's call her next.
Just wait. Hang on. Is this her?
Hello?
Yeah, we're looking for Chloe.
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Chloe, it's Kat and JJ, and we're calling on behalf of Alex. You're friends with Alex, right? You know who he is?
Yeah, I know Alex.
Okay. So Alex's issue was that you guys have not sent a Venmo payment for the concert that's coming up. Is that true?
Oh my God. Yeah, that's true. But I can't. This is ridiculous that he's brought in somebody else to ask us about this. Look, we've gotten the Venmo codes. Like, this is just ridiculous. We're going to give them cash at the event. Like, are you kidding me right now?
So his whole thing
Go get
was
the
that
cash.
you guys weren't even like acknowledging. So what happened was he sent you guys a message last night, right? And you sent a thumbs up. So what he keeps asking for is a Venmo payment. So how come you haven't made it clear that you were just going to give cash at the thing? But you have Venmo, right?
Yeah, we have Venmo, but I mean, the thumbs up is an acknowledgement. We did acknowledge that we'll get them the money. Like, I don't understand. He just needs to lay off. Like, go get the cash at the event. They've known us for years. They know how we roll. You're going to get the money. And technically, before the concert starts, before it all starts, he'll have the money. So we're technically still following the rules. He'll get his cash.
But why won't you Venmo him the money ahead of time, like right now?
Again, he knows how we are. Like, we don't really, like, do Venmo like that. My account's been acting kind of funny lately anyway. So cash is just going to be the better way. He just needs to lay off. He'll get his money. Calm down.
Yeah, but why haven't you explained it to him like this?
You know, we've mentioned this to him before. I bet he didn't tell you all of that, right? Like, you know, a couple months ago or a year ago, whatever, we mentioned the whole Venmo situation.
Yeah.
And
maybe he forgot.
We don't want to. Yeah, clearly he did, because he had some other people call us that we don't even know.
So then the last question I have for you would basically be, hello? This morning I'd like you to fill in the blank for us. I'm at the age where blank. I'm at the age where blank. Kat, what would you fill in the blank with?
I was warned that as you approach 40, you're going to start to just get hurt for no reason. And that's where I'm at. I think at 38 was when it started. I reached for my computer mouse and threw out this side of my body. And that was so painful. And then sometimes I'll just wake up and just feel terrible. Like the balls of my feet, like I just ran a marathon and I didn't. But they'll just hurt all day. And I'm not digging it, you know. I know there's many things I can do to avoid all this, but...
Like what?
Like exercise and walk. I eat very, very healthy, but like walk and exercise.
I'm at the age where I can't keep up with my kid anymore.
There it is.
Like, he's 17. He's bigger than me. He's pumping testosterone. In the weight room, I can keep up pretty close. But when it comes to other athletic stuff, I can't. Yesterday, I was fielding ground balls and fly balls and stuff with the boys at practice, and there was a couple of balls that I'm like, I would have got to that 2 years ago, and there was no way I was putting myself at risk anymore. So you just fill in the blank for us this morning. I'm at the age where blank. Danielle?
I'm at the age where I feel like I can barely stay up past 9 o'clock.
Oh, that's another one too, right? 9 o'clock is my midnight. 9 o'clock. It used to be 3 a.m., and then it got to midnight when I started having a family, and now I'm at 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock there's no coming back from that.
The generation right now of like 24 to 30-year-olds, they really value their sleep. I'm proud of them. You know, they really kind of prioritize getting like a full 10 hours of sleep.
My daughter's 21, and that Oura Ring changed the way she's sleeping. It tells her you need this much, and she's very conscious of that. So, Lynn, fill in the blank. I'm at the age where blank.
I'm at the age where everything's starting to make sense.
Oh, well, so, okay, that's the positive version of this, right? Yeah, you're right. You hit a certain age, and things do start making sense. The things that are just kind of static and fodder eventually start to fade away, and you can really hone in on stuff like that. Alicia, you want to fill in the blank for us this morning? You're at the age where blank.
Yeah, so mine needs a little bit of an explanation.
Okay.
But I'm at the age where dads are hot.
Let's go.
So,
let's go, Alicia.
Female, you know.
Preach.
When you're younger and you're watching movies and you're like, oh my gosh, like he's so hot. Like my room was filled with Harry Potter or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you're watching And then nowadays, you're just at that age where you're sitting there and you're like, oh, yeah, I used to think he's cute. But dang, his dad.
Yeah. So I've gotten there too where, there's just something about a dad that just prioritizes family. And, that's very, very hot.
It's a biological influence because at one point, you as a woman, there's something inside you that goes, I want to have a family. And you know that you're probably not going to be able to do that alone, right? Yeah. The path of least resistance is to find a guy. And if you see a guy that is successfully already bred, it's like your cave woman instinct is like, we know he's fertile. Let's go.
I knew there was another time too that I knew I was getting old. I don't know if this happened to you as a female, but I used to think Justin Bieber was so hot and had a love connection with that. But then all of a sudden one day I knew I grew up because I was so mad at the tabloids. They were doing something and I was like, you know what? That's somebody's son, And I just felt like this mama bear. And I was like, how could they do this? That is someone's
You know what
son.
the equivalent of this is, guys, is for a guy my age. Now, when I know that my friends are going to strip clubs, I really go, that is someone's daughter up there.
Yeah.
I've had that thought. We were at a party a couple of weekends ago, and some of the younger dads, they have their oldest child is the same age as my youngest. And they're like, oh, yeah, we're on our hunting trip. We always go to this one strip club. And I'm like, that's someone's daughter, and I said it inside because I didn't want to get ridiculed by these guys. But I'm like, oh, my God, I have a daughter that age that this could be really a thing.
I know.
Stay in school.
Growing up is tough.
All right. And Alicia, if there had to be one specific dad type that you're really into, what would he be?
You want a celebrity?
I guess the rugged beard look.
Yep.
He can hunt, kill your food, and then make mad love later.
Backwards hat. When you tell him you have guests coming over, he goes and washes the garage door.
Bingo! How fun!
Last week, someone lost an eye at bingo.
Bingo!
Bingo what bingo? Bingo!
This is easily my favorite part of the show because we get to know you a little bit better. What's your story? Maybe you're somebody listening who
has misplaced something big recently. And by big, I mean significant, or it could be huge. And you're like, where did that go? How could I have lost it? This guy in Ireland lost his car for close to 3 weeks, and then he just had forgotten where he parked it after a bachelor party.
Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude? Dude, where's my car? Dude, where's your car?
So the power of radio, listen to this. His name was Kieran. He hopped on a radio show, and within minutes, a listener found it. So he just described it, and he's like, I know it's in this area. If you see a red sedan, let us know. And they found it. How funny. So
I would be hard pressed to admit that.
Yeah.
But then again, I'd want my car. So.
And then I found out yesterday that one of our station vehicles, the keys have been lost for 3 months. So they never drove it. And then one day they went out to where all the station cars are parked and it's missing. So somebody had probably put it in their winter coat pocket.
Such a bunch of clowns.
Didn't know where it was, and now it's found.
I'm looking for anyone listening who almost bled out. It was maybe a sports injury, maybe it was childbirth, maybe it was in surgery, maybe you just cut your arm at home, like you were opening a package or something like that. But you were on the verge of dying because of blood loss. So if either of these fit, now is the time to call. Derek had sent in this voice memo real quick.
Actually, I was in an accident with one of the work trucks because I drive around in a garbage truck all day. I actually caught a soft shoulder and it pulled me into the ditch. And me being brand new at trying to drive the trucks, I was thinking I could get it back on the road. Well, being top heavy, tipped over on me. Slid, I'd say, about a half a football length field worth. Almost took out a power line, but then my head actually was what broke the passenger window.
Jesus.
And I've had some photos of the accident, even still to this day. The amount of blood I lost that day, they were quite surprised I even walked away.
That's crazy.
Good Lord.
Then he texted, I could show you photos. Please
Imagine
don't do that. I don't want to see photos.
A dump truck. That thing is so heavy.
Yeah, that would be very painful.
Scary stuff. Hey, thanks, Derek.
I had 3 blood transfusions. What would have caused that? Because I don't remember bleeding out. I just maybe didn't have enough blood.
Which surgery was this?
This was...
when they were replacing your colon? Or?
No, this was when I was quarantined. I had C. diff, and they brought me down to the Mayo. And people had to get in hazmat suits just to come in and see me.
Do you think that all the new blood had enough good cells? Do you think they had to give you so much to try and get the infection kind of pumped out or diluted, I guess?
It's weird when you're that sick, you don't ask questions. You just trust that they're doing the right thing. So yeah, I remember 3 huge bags of blood coming in, and I was like, what is happening? But I mean, if you are anybody that gives blood, I have really low iron, so I can't. But if you do, it's a big deal. Helps people. So, but I didn't bleed out.
Did you ever wonder whose blood it was?
Nah.
I would look around every day and be like, man, do I got some of you up in me?
I do that anyway.